Hello. Today we are going to solve Leetcode number 79, word search. Basically, we've been given a grid and then we've been asked to find if a word that we've been given exists inside that grid. So let me try and see if I can represent that grid here. So we have that. We have one, we have two, we have three, and then we have 4, and then we have that and that. Okay, we have A, B, C, E, S, F, C, S, and then we have A, D, E, E. So what we are going to do is try to get to every cell and see if we can find the word, right? But first of all, the word we are looking for is A, B, C, C, E, D. Now, to even start, if what we are looking for doesn't start, right? If we are starting to even start searching for it, the first thing we start with has to be A, right? So if we start from S, for example, there's no point in doing that because we can start from here, right? There's no point in doing that. It's just going to waste time. If we start from C, there's no point in doing that. We start from E. We need to start from A, right? So that's the first thing, right? If in this example it's like a perfect situation where the first one here is A, so but what if it was C, right? What if it was D? Then this wouldn't be the first one to go with, right? So um, that is where we'll start with. But first we need to, if we, for example, we pick F, we need to go up, down, right, and search to see if that's what we are looking for. So in this case, we are lucky. Let's say we start from A, right? And A is the first thing we are looking for. So that is the first letter. We found it, right? Now we want to find the second one. The second one, we can go down here and check. It is not what we are looking for, right? But we can also go right and see what's going on the right side. And it happens to be B. So yes, we found the second one. Now we want to be looking for the third one. So we come down here and it's not F, right? We go here and it happens to be C. So we found the third one, right? So now we are looking for the fourth one. For the fourth one, we go here and that's not what we are looking for. So that's not the fourth one. Then we come down again and then we find out that yes, C is the fourth letter we are looking for. Now at C, we are looking for the fifth one, so we can go here, that's not it. We go here, that's not it. Now let's go down here, and yes, that's what we are looking for, so we found the fifth one. Now we can go here, that's not what we are looking for. We're looking for a D. If we come here, we found what we are looking for. We found the sixth one. Now we know that we are looking for 6 letters. So now that we found the 6, the moment we find out that this one is equal to the length of the number, we found what the word we are looking for, so it's true, right? So now the process of kind of like here, going up, going left, going right, going up, going down to see if we can find what we are looking for, right? If you encounter a situation like that, there's an algorithm that you can use for it, and that is called backtracking. So if you don't know much about backtracking, this is just like a brief crash course on backtracking and how it works. You can read a little bit more about backtracking. I might do a video about backtracking, but this is a little bit about it, right? And one thing, I think this is basically the structure that you need to understand to be able to solve this question, right? And anytime you pick a letter, for example, you pick an A, you can replace it with something like an asterisk. So that when you go left, you go right, and you come back to it, you know that that's what you're looking for. It's where you started from, right? And after that, you replace it back with an A. So that's something that you should keep in mind when I'm solving this problem. So let's go and see how we can write that. So first of all, if it's not a grade, we just return false. Okay. The next thing we are going to do is get our rows and columns all set. So the length of row is equal to length of board, BOARD, and then the columns is going to be length of a row. Okay. Now for a row in range rows and for column in range columns, if board row and column is equal to the first letter of the word, then we backtrack. Right, so we're going to need a row, the column, and the 0 index that we are starting from. Right, if that turns out to be true, we return true. We return true, or else we return false. Okay, so this is basically the algorithm, but if I should run this runner, it's going to fail because I have not defined backtrack. So let's define backtrack. Right, let's set up backtrack. So backtrack is going to take in the row, column, and an index. Now, as described earlier on, right, if the base case for this backtrack is that if the length, the index that we are trying to find is equal to the length, or the index that we just found is equal to the length of the word we are looking for, then we return true. So if index is equal to length of word, there's an if here, return true. Okay. Now every row and column must be within the bounds of the grid. So if that is not the case, right, and then we have row, it should be less than rows, but also greater or equal to 0. Okay, and the same for columns. Or, for example, we are looking for 4, and 4 is, we are looking for 5 at this point, right? And we go here is F, go here is S. There's no need, we need to come back, right? So we just return false and come back. So our board row and call is not equal to the word index we are looking for. Just return false. That's not what we are looking for. Right? And now the column that we are on, we need to set it. We need to store it in a temporary location, like I mentioned earlier. So we have row and columns. and then we set that same rule and column. Equal to that. Now for the x, dy in now these are the directions, right? These are basically what enables you to move left, right, up, and down, right? These are the directions. If backtrack, so now we're trying to dx plus row, comma, dy plus call and index plus 1, return true. That means we found, for example, 5, right? If it's at index 5, we found the index 5 that we are looking for, right? And if that happens, we set board at row, call back to its original value, and then we proceed all return false and return false. Okay, so this is how you solve it, right? We have the function for backtrack here, and then while we are looping, if we find the first letter of the word, we start doing backtracking to see if we can find whatever we are looking for. So let's see if I missed anything. Awesome. All right, that is it. Thank you guys for watching. See you in the next one.